This is highway robbery. This is the federal government having already allocated, authorized, awarded, invoiced, and paid $80.5 million to the city of New York. And then Elon Musk, with no legal authority, seizing it back from the city of New York. It is highway robbery, and the city can't stand for it.
New York City Comptroller Brad Lander now complaining about Elon Musk taking back that $80 million that was misappropriated by FEMA to the city of New York to put illegal immigrants in luxury hotels. This is on the news that government cuts keep coming. Nearly 1,300 probationary employees at the CDC are now being forced out under the Trump administration's move to get rid of all probationary employees. Let's welcome to the show former Arkansas governor and President Trump's nominee for U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee. Governor, it's great to have you with us tonight. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, Jackie, great to be with you. I love this guy from New York. He's basically saying, hey, I want that money back that I stole from the taxpayers. How dare you take your money back that I shouldn't be having, that was misappropriated? I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
It's really fascinating, and it's not just the FEMA funds that were misappropriated, but we're also talking about these cuts to the CDC today that everybody is in outrage about. It's about 10% of the workforce. They've got a $9.2 billion core budget. And this was the statement from the communications person at HHS. They said HHS is following the administration's guidance and taking action to support the president's broader efforts to restructure and streamline the federal government. This is to ensure that HHS better serves the American people at the highest and most efficient standard. Now, I remember times in the past, specifically, Governor, during COVID, where the CDC was not serving the American public. That's all Donald Trump wants them to do. Why is everybody freaking out?
Well, not everybody is. I think if you get about 30 miles from the Beltway, people are dancing in the streets and celebrating. It's finally a moment where you've got government people who are looking into how the taxpayers' money is being spent. I think people are ecstatic about it. Donald Trump is keeping a promise. He said he was going to do it, and he did it. Yeah. And he's doing it. And I love what's going on. Elon Musk and, the group of young guys that I call the Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah. It's the greatest thing that's happened probably in my lifetime in relation to the federal government. And I think all these guys ought to get a presidential medal for going in and finding this ridiculous amount of spending. Now, sure, there's some good things the government does, and I don't want to minimize that. I appreciate that our government does things that we want them to do, we need them to do, but let's do those things and not the stupid stuff. And for the Democrats to stand out on the curb and yell and scream and use profanity, basically they're saying, we demand bigger government, more waste. That's what we stand for.
Exactly.
And it just makes them look absurd.
Well, this is interesting because Democrat Congressman Dean Phillips wants his party to stop fighting against Elon and join him, arguing that government waste is popular amongst Americans. Remember, more than 75 million people voted for Donald Trump, and they are for this. Let's watch.
Democrats are only focused on one thing right now, Mr. Musk. The fact of the matter, he's quite popular. I think we're missing the boat as Democrats. And all I'm saying is that sometimes it's better to join them and actually play a role in how the strategy works, rather than so pathetically, frankly, try to combat something that clearly is a steamroller, and Democrats are being steamrolled. And I'm deeply concerned about that.
And this is in sharp contrast to Democrat Senator Chris Murphy's calls for a full-scale opposition to Musk. So you look at this and say, why aren't people getting on the train? Why are they still fighting it?
You know, Dean Phillips should have been elected the chairman of the DNC. What he's saying is exactly right, and people would have appreciated saying, look, we don't agree with everything the Republicans are doing, but we want to join them in rooting out fraud, waste, and abuse. We just want to make sure they don't throw away the good things. Then they could identify those good things, and they would have had some credibility. What they're doing now makes them look petulant and completely irrational.
Absolutely. Governor Mike Huckabee, we appreciate your time tonight. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.